Hello everyone! Today I'm going to fly on American Airlines Inaugural Airbus A321XLR flight from JFK to LAX. In this video, we're going to see the celebration at the gate, get a full tour of the new Flagship Suite, receive a water cannon salute, eat a 3-course meal, and watch and hear this new aircraft at takeoff and landing. American Airlines is the first airline in North America to fly the A321XLR. Appropriately at the departure gate, there was a small celebration prior to departure.
My name is Josh Hall. I have the pleasure of serving as the American Airlines fleet captain for the Airbus fleet, and I also have the distinct honor and pleasure of flying y'all to Los Angeles today. And as you've noticed, this is a special flight for us. This is the inaugural flight of the A321XLR. And so there's a number of things that make this airplane special. I think the first thing that you'll notice as soon as you get on board is the flagship interior. I'll let the interior speak for itself, but I really think you're going to enjoy the elevated experience on your flight today. Second thing is the term XLR. What that means is extra long range. So this airplane has the largest fuel capacity of any 321 operating worldwide right now. And what that's going to provide us is the opportunity to go connect destinations like we've never connected before, like Europe and elsewhere. So we look forward to serving you on those city pairs. This is the culminating event of a tremendous amount of work over a number of years to get this airplane into service. So there's a lot of proud American Airlines team members who worked tirelessly to get us to this point here today. So I would like to recognize them all and all the work that they've done to make this possible for us today. Yes, thank you. So with that said, on behalf of all the proud team members of American Airlines, I'd like to welcome you aboard this American Airlines 321XLR. Have a great flight. We'll see you down there. I'll talk to you shortly.
Here we go. You ready? All right. There you are.
The aircraft used today is registered November 303 November Yankee, which is also the first Airbus XLR registered in the United States. While the November Yankee suffix may seem like an homage to New York, it is in fact Airbus's code for Neo XLR. There's a total of 155 seats on this aircraft, with 123 main cabin seats, 12 main cabin extra seats, which are at the overwing exits, 12 premium economy seats, which is a new product for American on narrowbody aircraft, and 20 flagship suites, lie-flat seats in a 1-1 herringbone configuration. This means all seats face the aisle and you have to turn in order to look out the window, which I did not like. American literally rolled out the red carpet for us.
Good morning.
Dipping on board, we see the new lighting feature of Airbus's new airspace cabin. There is a larger overhead bin space, larger windows, and new seat designs with all the latest features. To commemorate today's special flight, American Airlines provided a goodie bag filled with souvenirs and a first flight certificate. Pillow and blanket are stored inside a zipped bedding bag. And here's the content of the Amenity kit. I think the bag has a high reusability factor as a glasses case. Now let's jump right in and take a tour of the new Flagship Suite, which was sold as business class on this flight. Right off the bat, my first impression was how tall the sidewalls are, making the seat extremely private yet claustrophobic. While seated, looking at either side, all I see is wall, and I cannot see anyone in the aisle. The sidewall is covered in fuzzy fabric and is rigid enough to lean on as a relaxation option. A large 17-inch monitor is set at an angle off to the side and is released using a button. Controls can be done directly on the display itself as a touchscreen or using the remote control. The remote control reminds me a lot of an Android smartphone. There's haptic feedback, and this is the first usable touchscreen remote control I have used where the controls are not laggy. You can also pair your own headsets via Bluetooth, although the pairing process was buggy and took me 2 or 3 tries before I was able to successfully connect. There's wireless charging and a cup holder underneath a retractable armrest. Don't get fooled like me. That white disc on the side table is not wireless charging, it's just a place to put your drink. Just above the armrest is a small storage cabinet, which I totally missed. You can see the lid underneath my phone. On the opposite side next to the seat cushion, there's a slot for tablets, laptops, or old-fashioned reading material. There's a vanity, a light-up spot for your drink, and an AC and USB-C outlet. The USB-C plug is 60 watts and impressively charged my phone from less than 50% to 95% in mere minutes. Next to the literature holder is a headphone stand and the handle for the suite door, which has not been activated because it has not been certified yet for use. All button controls are gathered in a single row, which I like, and the seat lays down to fall flat. I thought the sides were narrow, and the walls are high, making the suite very private. While laying down with the monitor deployed, even without the door, there's only a small gap at eye level for those passing by in the aisle.
What do you think? You like it?
One of the complaints that I always have on these beds is that the cushions are lumpy, so it's not a true flat, comfortable product. It's not the same as what you will feel in a bed. So in this one right now, I could feel that there's a gap where my lumbar would be.
And also the seats are pretty firm for me.
And I'm looking because sometimes there will be a lumbar
adjustment,
and there is not.
Nope. I think that's a good observation. Okay,
back to the inaugural flight. We pushed back from the gate 2 minutes late at 11:02 a.m.
5 hours and 29 minutes en route. So happy that you joined us today on this very special flight. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for flying American Airlines.
Your safety is important to us. Please pause for a moment to give your attention to the following video.
Welcome to your American Airlines flight. On its way to one of our many destinations across the globe. Made possible by our dedicated team members, who all do it for one reason. That's why your safety is so important to us. So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way. To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, lift the top of the buckle. If you're seated in the premium cabin and your seat is equipped with a push button, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. Then, fasten your shoulder belt by attaching it to the buckle until you hear a click. To open, simply press on the button. The shoulder belt must be worn during taxi, takeoff, and landing. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices are put away. Carry-ons are placed all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you are on an aircraft equipped with Flagship Suite doors, they must remain open for taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including e-cigarettes, at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card in your seat pocket, which explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This aircraft is designed with escape path lighting on or near the floor. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, leave all carry-ons behind and follow the lights quickly and safely to the nearest exit. A lighted sign will indicate you have reached your exit. All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All door exits have evacuation slides to use in the unlikely event of an emergency. In a water evacuation, the exit door slides to the front and back of the airplane may be detached and used for flotation. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. American Airlines. You are why we fly.
Just as a housekeeping item, there is a possibility, I'm not sure, that they might do a water cannon salute as we taxi out. I'm not sure what the final verdict is on that, but they gave me a heads up. So in case you see fire trucks spraying us with water, that's all part of the show. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, as I'm sure most of you are aware from looking at flight radar, we've got about 25 aircraft in front of us, so it should be about 30-minute wait to take off. So it looks like everything's moving smoothly. They're taking off about every minute, so expecting about a 30-minute wait from here. Thank you very much for your patience. We'll be on our way shortly.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
Service began almost immediately after takeoff. After waiting almost an hour for takeoff, I was ready for lunch. Flight attendant passed out the menu before pushback. I had pre-ordered the beef short rib, and almost everyone around me had also pre-ordered the same. I also heard salmon was a popular choice. The tray table opens from the side and can be slid fore and aft.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
While you're being served, the display must be stored because the flight attendant cannot reach over the monitor.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cheers to the A321XLR. I was impressed how much nuts there were. This is literally twice of what I got last time I was on United business class.
Thank you.
Anything else to drink?
No, good for now. Thank you.
There was a choice of 2 dressings for the salad. The plating was beautiful, on par with what you would see at a fine restaurant, and competitive with JetBlue Mint, which I think is a top of quality and presentation.
Any bread, sir? Pretzel, whole wheat, or white?
Pretzel, please.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Unlike JetBlue, the meal was served traditionally in courses instead of all together at the same time. While I like the multi-course service concept better, there can be a bit of wait between courses.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
Do you need anything else to drink?
Coke Zero, please. Thank you.
The good thing, though, is everybody's beef entree came out at the same time. The beef short ribs was also beautifully plated. In fact, for a beef dish, I prefer short ribs over a steak given there is less chance of being overcooked and easier to cut through. I like the smoky tomato hollandaise sauce. It is like a fancy restaurant version of ketchup mayonnaise and complemented quite well with the beef. The asparagus, even though lumpy, was green and fresh.
Thank you. Looks delicious.
Dessert was served immediately after the entree. Flight attendant must have had everything queued up in the galley as I got my customized ice cream sundae order right away. I just love how the chocolate fudge was layered in between the ice cream. This decadent dessert was a high note on a delightful, beautiful, delicious lunch. Overall, I thought timing and pacing of the meal was pretty good. It took 1 hour from beginning to end for me seated in the middle of the cabin in row 5. I later talked with someone who was seated in the back of the cabin in row 9 and said it took 2 hours for his meal. So the timing can vary widely depending on where you're seated. With all that Coke I drank, it was time to visit the bathroom. The forward lavatory is of normal size and most importantly, not narrow. I like the foot pedal for the trash receptacle lid, just like the trash bin you have at home. About halfway through the flight attendant returned with a snack basket with a great variety to choose from. The basket was also placed in the galley should you want to go back for more later. About 1 hour before landing, it was time for American Airlines' famous warmed chocolate chip cookie pre-arrival treat. Soon after, we made our descent over the San Bernardino Mountains en approach to LAX. We touched down on runway 25 left at LAX South Complex 5 hours and 34 minutes after departing JFK. We waited for a tug for tow-in to gate 151 in the Bradley International Terminal, which added to our delay. We arrived 24 minutes behind schedule at 2:42 p.m.
Flight attendants verified to turn door standby for all talk.
American A321XLR will make its international debut in March 2026 from JFK to Edinburgh, Scotland on a 7-hour overnight flight. You can fly the XLR now flying US domestic transcon flights between JFK and LAX, and starting in May 2026 between JFK and SFO, and between Boston and LAX starting in July 2026. On the booking page, look for equipment code 32Q for the XLR, while code 32B is the old transcon A321T. After arriving at LAX, I went to the Flagship Lounge as part of my Flagship business class benefit. Click on the links here to see my visit to that lounge and my visit to the Greenwich Lounge at JFK before departure.